Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a few manifestation secrets that I feel like have really helped me. Like once I learned these and started applying them in my life, I felt like it really got me out of a slump and really helped to get things moving and get me closer to my manifestations and brought all of the things that I wanted into my life. And recently I went through a bit of a slump and just a bit of like a period where I was just feeling kind of down, and I feel like it's so common for people to think that if you are into manifestation, if you believe in the law of attraction, then you always have to be happy, or you always have to be like at a high vibrational state, and you always have to like ignore negative feelings or anything like that and not have any like downtime. But that's completely false, and life is, it's a cycle. There's always going to be ups and downs, ebbs and flows. And so I actually do think it's really important when you're feeling like negative emotions to like embrace them and to fully feel and process them, because otherwise that's how you kind of create negative cycles, is when you run away from something and you don't deal with it, like a negative feeling, emotion, or experience, and then that causes you to be stuck in like a negative cycle, because in running away from it, you're not processing it and you're not dealing with it. You're not learning whatever lesson you're supposed to learn from that experience or that emotion. And because of that, it's gonna keep you stuck in this like negative loop, basically until you process it and learn from it, and then you can let go and move on. So here are some of my favorite tips to get you out of a slump and to get things moving and to help you get everything that you want to manifest. So the first thing we're going to talk about is mastery of self, and I'm going to talk about why this is so important. I personally find that I can be a very reactive person. My moods and how I feel can definitely fluctuate based on what's happening in my current life, and I think obviously that's very normal for most people. And though I don't necessarily think that there's anything wrong with that, I do think it's very normal to react when things and situations happen around us. But what you have to realize is, if you let situations and what's happening control your mood, then essentially you're dependent on certain things or certain people, basically things in your life, and you are dependent on those things to go a certain way in order for you to be good, or in order for you to feel good. And when you're dependent on anything, you're basically giving up control over the self, because if the things that are happening around you, if the people in your life are able to make you super happy when things are good, then on the other hand, when things are not going so well in your life, then you're gonna be really low and really negative. So one of the most important things that I've learned is to pull back and to not be so reactive. And this is where mastery of self comes in. It's about filling your own cup to the point where you are not dependent on certain things in your life happening or going a certain way in order for you to feel good or to be good. So a lot of us, I feel like, will depend on situations around us, things in our life, maybe work, or maybe your loved ones, maybe your partner, your girlfriend or boyfriend, whoever it is, maybe your friends, your family members. Sometimes we can depend on those people, and that's not a bad thing. Of course, everybody has support systems, and that's very important. But when you give up control of the self and you allow people and circumstances to kind of dictate your moods, that's when you're kind of getting too heavily involved in what's happening around you. So it's important to pull back and kind of put the attention back on yourself and the things that you want to manifest, and realize that if something isn't happening right now the way that you want, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Because one of my favorite ways to think about it is, if it hasn't manifested yet, then this isn't the end. It's kind of like when you watch a movie and, if the movie might end on a happy ending, or maybe it ends on like a sad ending, and because the movie ends, that's what you see, and that's like the ending that you know, but that could just be one part of the story. So for example, if you think that your current life, your current situation, whatever you're manifesting, hasn't happened yet, and you think, well, this is the ending of the movie, like it didn't happen, it didn't work or whatever. But what you have to realize is, if it hasn't happened, then this isn't the end. Sometimes the things that we want won't show up for us until it's the right time. And we always like to kind of control when that right time is. But ultimately you have to trust in divine timing and trust that. And trust that what you want will come to you at the perfect time. And remember that life happens for you, not to you. So something not coming in at this exact moment doesn't mean that it's not going to come in. And it doesn't mean that it's happening to be like against you. Because maybe this is exactly how things are supposed to unfold. And maybe where you are right now is actually the best place that you could be in. And I realize it's so hard when you're going through like a bad time, or when you're not feeling great, to kind of think like that, or to even like realize those things. But like I said, if you're not ready to kind of flip the switch and kind of be on the uphill again, it's okay to just fully like embrace the feelings that you have and kind of express those feelings and embrace those feelings and deal with those feelings and process them fully. But just have faith and just trust that the switch will flip at one point, and you will feel a sense of gratitude for your life and what you've accomplished. And then that sense of gratitude and joy and happiness is gonna again take you on an upswing and get you closer to everything that you're trying to manifest. And then this is where self-identity becomes really important. So we talk a lot on this channel about your sense of identity and your self-image. So if you truly believe that you are gonna have that dream life that you want, you truly believe that you are going to have everything that you are wanting to manifest, and if you visualize that, and you visualize that version of you who has everything that you are wanting to manifest right now, and you know that you will get there in the end, then that faith is going to help you when you are feeling down, because you're going to realize that this is just a bump in the road and it's not the end of the journey. And you're going to realize that even though you're going through a tough time right now, ultimately you're gonna get to where you want to be. And it's so important to have faith in that identity and that self-image, because without it, it's going to be really hard for you to get through when things are tough. Because whatever it is you're trying to manifest, there's going to be little bumps in the road here and there, and your faith is what keeps you going. So for example, if you truly believe that you're going to meet like your soulmate and you're going to be with them and you're going to be really, really happy in the end, then when you're going through a tough time where you feel like you're not really meeting people or anything like that, you're not going to freak out and be stressed out about it. You're going to be able to just chill and relax and go with the flow and just kind of let it happen naturally and organically. Versus if you didn't have that faith and that belief, then you might like kind of freak out and stress out and start to try to control the situation and get really obsessive about things, and that could lead you into potentially like toxic relationships or people. So that's why having faith and sort of ignoring the 3D sometimes is the best thing that you could possibly do, because it just helps you remember that life happens for you and not to you. So sometimes even when things are not going great, it could be that this is where you're meant to be right now, and that this is like the best place for you to be right now, because there's some like lesson that you have to learn or whatever it is. Okay, that's it for today's little video. I hope that it reached you at a time that was meaningful, and I hope that it had a good impact, and I hope you found value in this. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you next time. Bye!